On the night of Valentine's Day, I received a photo of my boyfriend dating his childhood sweetheart. In the photo, Bob Wright, my boyfriend, carefully prepared a candlelight dinner and a diamond ring on which he spent $52,000. Soon, his childhood sweetheart, Lucy Nash, sent another message to me. Scarlet, your boyfriend is so considerate. He brushes his teeth before kissing me. I didn't make a fuss but posted the photo on Instagram with the caption, "Let us sing our heart of blessings for the couple." After posting it, I threw all the delicious food I had carefully prepared into the trash can. Then I booked a room at a hotel. The next morning, the moment I turned on my phone, hundreds of missed calls and messages popped up. Bob was the one who called me the most, followed by my dad and best friend. "Scarlet Harper, what are you doing? Are you crazy? How dare you post on Instagram to ruin the reputation of me and Lucy? I've already told you that Lucy is just my friend. Her colleagues made her upset, so she cried yesterday. I went to accompany her because I was worried. Why do you always misunderstand us? Be wise, okay?" I was stunned for a few seconds while seeing his messages. I immediately blocked him, deleted the message, and called my dad back. My dad didn't sleep the whole night. The first thing he asked me after answering the call was whether the photo I had posted yesterday was real. I told him everything about Bob and Lucy. He was silent for a few seconds, then said in a hoarse voice, "Dear, well done. You should have been wronged for the past 5 years." I was in a daze for a few seconds, trying hard to suppress the bitterness in my heart. My dad was right. Bob and I had been dating for more than 5 years. We started dating in our sophomore year and planned to get married this year. Before this, Bob had been in love with Lucy for 8 years. They split up in their freshman year, and Lucy dated a rich second-generation man soon. Half a year later, someone in the school broke the news that Lucy was dumped because she was infertile. Later, she began to pester Bob and interfered in our relationship as his friend until today. Every time I got mad at their ambiguous behavior, Lucy used to provoke me. "Scarlet, if I really want to date Bob, do you think you can still be his girlfriend?" Due to the rights given by Bob, she dared to be arrogant and domineering like that. But now I couldn't endure it anymore, so I chose to help the two get together. Bob disappeared for several days in a row, and it helped me find peace of mind. Just after my birthday, I received a strange phone call. "Scarlet, wait for me after you get off work today. I'll pick you up for dinner." Hearing a familiar and gentle male voice, I was in a trance for a few seconds and then refused with a smile. "Mr. Wright, we have broken up, remember? Stop making a scene. I've given in, and what else do you want?" On the other end of the phone, Bob's voice already sounded a little impatient. Every time after flirting with Lucy, he used to disappear as soon as I got angry, leaving me alone to feel overwhelmed. After a few days, he would come to find me as if nothing had happened. I always deceived myself and forgave him. When I calmed down and thought about it now, it seemed to be so ridiculous. The house contract will expire next week. I won't be staying there any longer. You can take your stuff away. Are you crazy? Where do I live then? Whatever, it has nothing to do with me. I then hung up the phone. In case Bob would call me again, I blocked his new number. Soon, he sent a message. "You usually get off work at 6 o'clock. And I'll wait for you downstairs of your company. Don't overthink it. Lucy is just my friend." Although I came off work at 6 o'clock, I waited downstairs in the company until 10 o'clock. It was just because I wanted to settle accounts with Bob after this breakup. I indeed wasted my youth, but I couldn't waste my money. I waited until 10 o'clock but didn't see Bob, so I took a taxi home. At this time, Lisa, my best friend, sent me a screenshot. "Scarlet, look at the bitch. She's addicted to seducing men. She's so cheap." I clicked on her screenshot. It was the photo that Lucy posted an hour ago. In the picture, Bob was cooking with his head down. She captioned, "The man who cooks is so handsome, and he is really manly." I replied slowly, "Very good. I hope they can be together forever." Lisa suddenly changed the subject and sent messages. "Scarlet, let me tell you some shocking news. My new colleague is Lucy's college roommate. She gossiped to me today, saying that Lucy's infertility was not caused by her physical condition, but because she experienced many miscarriages. That rich second generation broke up with her because he disgusted her. Can you guess how many times she cheated on Bob when he was dating her?" I smirked and replied, "Bob has a girlfriend but is still in contact with his ex. He deserves to be deceived." DSK, you're right. The two are a perfect match. Scarlet, since you can realize it before getting married, it means you're blessed. The takeaway had just been delivered when the door rang. It was Bob who brought Lucy back. I had no idea how many times he had done this. I would have gone crazy and made a fuss before, but now I just believe they were a perfect match. Bob watched me eating takeout food, with a trace of guilt on his face. "Lucy had a stomachache today, so I made soup for her. You know, she is not as healthy as you." "Well, I told you, you misunderstood us." Bob was about to explain, but Lucy bit her lip and made things worse. "Scarlet is so lucky. Bob, you've been cooking for her for the past 5 years, but even if you're so nice to her, she still feels dissatisfied." I glanced at Lucy out of the corner of my eye. Her expression was innocent and envious, but her eyes were full of arrogance. Sure enough, Bob's expression changed instantly. "Enough. Stop making a fuss." I sneered and looked at Bob coldly. Lucy complained Bob was nice to me, but in reality, Bob only cooked for me once a month at most. Today, he cooked it just because he felt guilty towards me after his affair with Lucy. Besides, I was responsible for most of our expenses in the past few years. I understood that it was not easy for him to make money, but he saved money to buy a diamond ring for Lucy. With that in mind, I took out a bill from my bag and handed it to Bob. "You'd better transfer the money to me within a week at the latest." Bob looked at the bill, his eyes panicked, and he said anxiously, I said, "You misunderstand Lucy and me." "Well, no need to explain. I believe you, and everyone believes it." "Why, Scarlet, why are you being unreasonable again?" I picked up the takeaway silently, walked into the room, and locked the door. Bob cursed nonstop outside the door. Meanwhile, Lucy's words made me feel more and more disgusting. Scarlet's temper really gets worse and worse. Bob, I feel so sorry for you. Forget it. She doesn't dare to leave me. Lucy's voice was full of pride. Bob, let's go to KTV. You can sing a song for me. Okay. After the deafening sound of a door closed, I had peace of mind again. The next day it was a day off. Bob did not return home all night. I received a call from my former leader, Anna. Scarlet, I've opened a new branch office, right near your parents' home. You can consider whether you want to work for me. If you agree, I can offer you an annual salary of $600,000, which is twice your current salary. After a pause, Anna couldn't help but complain. I'm very good at judging people. Believe me or not, your boyfriend is a bastard. Don't let him hold you back. Anna, okay, great, Anna said with excitement. Although you are young and inexperienced, you are capable and calm. Work for me carefully, and I'll offer you good pay. Thank you, Anna. Anna was the right person who helped my career. Now that I saw Bob's nature clearly, I intended to seize the opportunity. After Anna hung up the phone, I quickly reported the good news to my parents. Dear, you're so amazing. Come home quickly, and we will celebrate for you. My heart ached as I thought that I didn't pay attention to my family in these years. After graduation, I followed Bob to the city despite my parents' objections. For the past 5 years, he had been central to my life. He had a weak stomach, so I used to cook to nourish his stomach. His salary was not as high as mine, so I would transfer money to him from time to time. Even when he had trouble with his work, I would help him deal with it. But in the end, he constantly took advantage of me and became even more aggressive. I only planned to do my career well and live for myself at this time. The next day, I asked my leader for a resignation. My leader tried to keep me, but I was determined to leave. Thus, he had no choice but to organize a department dinner in the evening to see me off. As I went back to the door of my house at 11:00 p.m., I heard noisy sounds from the living room, coupled with deafening music. I frowned and took out the key to open the door. The scene I saw made me even angrier. My carefully decorated living room was now in a mess, and the originally clean floor was covered with ribbons. More than a dozen people were sitting on the 2 sofas. Some of them looked familiar to me, and they were Bob's friends. Also, there were some unfamiliar girls who should be Lucy's friends. On the wall of the living room, there was a particularly eye-catching banner. Happy birthday, my Princess Lucy. So they were holding a birthday party at my house. Seeing me coming back, Lucy pretended to be innocent and took Bob's hand. Bob, Scarlet isn't angry, is she? Wasn't she very tolerant of you in the past? Why is she so stingy now? Bob looked gloomy and accused me unhappily. Today is Lucy's birthday. She invited everyone to our house to hold a party to save money for me. Everyone is having a good time now. Stop making trouble. Go back to your room first. I walked up to the 2, and the people around them stepped back tactfully. Then, there were only 3 of us left in the middle of the living room. I took out the bill again with a smile, throwing it at Bob's face with a bang. Mr. Wright, you have 2 choices. First, pay me all the expenses I've spent on you over the past 5 years, including the rent, which is a total of $150,000. Get out of here with your new girlfriend. Second, I'll lock the door and call the police, suing you for trespassing. The moment I finished speaking, Bob's friends looked at Bob in surprise. Isn't Bob's monthly salary over $20,000? How come Scarlet is the one paying the rent?